What's up, guys? Welcome back. All right, today's video, I'm giving you the complete guide to push-ups. There's many different variations of push-ups. I'm going to go over the basics and the best kind of push-ups to get you the best results for certain muscle groups that you might be training. Now, before we get started, if you are new, smash that subscribe button, leave a comment down below. All right, let's get into it. So, basic different kinds of push-ups. You have your regular push-up, which is your hands basically a little wider than shoulder width apart. And that push-up, basically, you're working your chest, you're working your shoulders, and you're working your triceps. You're working a little bit of everything. Now, you put your hands a little further apart, switches the emphasis to mostly chest, right? Wider apart kind of takes the triceps out of it, takes a little more of the shoulders out of it. Now, you have the diamond push-up, which is actually basically just a flex because it really doesn't work your triceps good, because when you think about it, what the diamond push-up is trying to do is mimic a close grip bench press. Well, I've never seen anybody close grip bench press with a grip that close. If you tried it, you'd probably break your wrists. So honestly, do not do diamond push-ups like I said. The only reason you would do them is just a flex to say you could do diamond push-ups. Instead of diamond push-ups, your hands are going to be a little wider. I'm going to demonstrate that one. And we're going to go over a couple other forms of push-ups. So let's get started. Your basic push-up, hands a little wider than shoulder width apart. I'm going to show you from a few different angles. And like I said, this is the one. Works your chest, works your shoulders, works your triceps. So shoulder width for me is right here. A little wider would be about right here. This is a little wider than shoulder width. All right. This is your basic stance for regular push-up. And from a different angle, so you can just kind of see. And remember, obviously, most important with push-ups, always want to keep your back straight. So, a little wider than shoulder width. So that's your basic push-up. Now, you take your hands and put them a little bit wider, switches the emphasis to mostly chest. So, these are great to use if you want to warm up, or great to use as supersets during your workout. You can actually get a very good workout from just doing different kinds of push-ups. So these are my favorite to do, is the wider ones for chest. So I have long arms, so I might go even wider. So basically you want to go shoulder width, add a couple inches on each side. So about here. And again, we're going to do another angle. Like I said, you want to go about a few inches more than shoulder width on each side, which would be about there. All right. So, you get the idea with those. Now, like I was saying, you want to do triceps? Please do not do diamond push-ups. You're wasting your time. It is tough on the wrists. You're really not working the triceps that great. It's an awkward position. And like I said, when is the last time you ever seen anyone do a close grip bench press with a grip this close? You don't see it. Usually their grip is about this close. So that is what you want to do when you do, I don't call them diamond push-ups, I just call them tricep push-ups. So basically this is what you do. Take the diamond, open it into what I call goalposts. Then open your hands about another 2 inches. This is the grip you want right here for tricep push-ups. So, like I said, take the diamond, goalposts, a few more inches right there. That is the grip. That is all triceps. So if you do diamond push-ups, switch, do that. I guarantee you will fall in love with it. I'll show you from the other angle. Like I said, take the diamond, open it, goalposts, a couple more inches, right there. That's how you want your hands to be. So, you get the idea. So, got the basic push-up, got the wide grip push-up. Now you got the tricep push-up. Now, I'm going to show you what I call jailhouse push-ups. And the reason I call them that is because I first saw them when I was watching Locked Up Abroad, and this is what they do in jail. They got to be very creative. A lot of jails don't have weights. These are specifically to target the chest. It's a shorter range of motion. You don't see a lot of people doing these because one, they're not easy. Two, a lot of people just don't know about them. And three, like I said, it's a small range of motion. So what you're gonna do, instead of having your hands like this, your hands are gonna be like this. Your arms are basically gonna be almost spread all the way apart. There's gonna be a little bend in them. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. So, instead of having the hands like this, they're gonna go like this, spread them all the way apart like this. All right? So right here, my arms are spread all the way apart. You're gonna bring them in about 1.5 inches on each side. This is gonna be the moment right here. Hussa, hussa. Like I said, you want to do push-ups for your chest, do those. I guarantee you've never felt any kind of push-up like that. Now, moving along, obviously, if you're not strong enough to do a push-up, this usually applies to women. There's modified push-ups, which are based, there's two different ways you can do these. The easiest way, when you're first starting off, when you really don't have the strength to do a push-up, instead of going on your feet, you go on your knees. Everybody knows this? So, the modified push-up looks like this. Knees down, same thing, and just forward, up, show you from the side angle. So, knees down, same thing, forward. All right, that's one way to do a modified push-up. Another way, if those get too easy, you want to do a push-up against something. So just to show you for the video purposes, we're going to do it against a chair. So let's bring the chair over here. Obviously, it's going to be something wider because this is going to be like modified tricep push-ups, but you get the idea. Basically, you lean against something like this. Now, these are harder than doing them on your knees, but they're not as hard as doing a regular push-up. So as you're working your way up and your strength is improving, you go from your knees to doing them on something like this until eventually you build up the strength, you'll be able to do real push-ups. Now, another modification of push-ups, incline push-ups. What do I mean by that is, you're gonna be putting your feet on something, which then turns the movement into an incline that mimics an incline bench press. The higher you put your feet up, the more of an incline it is, because obviously if you keep going up, you're gonna be upside down, which then turns it into a shoulder push-up, which I'm not gonna do because my shoulders are very choppy from my arm wrestling days, but you get the idea. So, incline push-up, basically, like I said, you wanna put your feet on something. We'll use the chair. Always want to keep the back straight. All right. So that is turning the push-up into an incline push-up, which is working more of the incline chest. Now, we're going to end it with the elusive one-arm push-up. And much like the diamond push-up, this is pretty much just a flex. You're not really working anything out by doing this. It's basically just to say, I can do a one-arm push-up. And, of course, there's other push-ups I'm not demonstrating here. I've seen people balance themselves literally on their arms and do push-ups. I've seen people do handstands and do push-ups. We're not getting into any of the fancy stuff. I'm trying to show you the push-ups that you could actually use in your workout. And you're really not going to balance yourself in the middle of the gym and do push-ups as part of your workout. But you can, like I said, use push-ups as a warm-up. You can use them as a superset. You can use them as a drop set. There's so many ways to use them during your workout. And people, honestly, I don't think they utilize the push-up as much as they should. I like to do it, especially in chest day. I'll bang it out doing supersets. I'll do it between sets to keep the muscles full. So there is a lot of uses for it. I think people should do it more. But anyway, the one-arm push-up. All right. Trying to figure out the best way I could explain how to do a one-arm push-up. I used to be able to do a lot of these. So it's more of the balance than the strength. So to do it, hold on, let's move this out of the way. All right, so obviously you want to use your dominant arm. I'm righty, so I'm going to use my right arm. Your one arm is going to be on the ground. Your legs have to be wide because you got to balance yourself. So your legs are basically going to be spread out like this, right? This is the bottom position. The arm that you're not using, you're going to hold on your leg because that is what's going to kind of counteract that side of your body so you could lift it up. And you're basically pushing with the one arm, kind of leaning back. So it's been a while, but I think I still got it in me. Let's see what we could do. All right. This is basically the position right here. Hand that you're not using is against your leg, arm down here. Like I said, I used to be able to bang out a lot of these, so let's see if we can still do it. All right. Whew. Struggling to get to there. Let's do it from another angle so you could get we'll take the side view here. All right. Doesn't help that I just worked out chest today either. Probably should have planned this video on a day that my chest was pretty fresh and not sore, but what are you gonna do? All right, hand down. Hand down. All right, gotta get the right angle. It's on the side. And that is the one-arm push-up, which I'm sure you've all seen in the Rocky movies. So, guys, do not be afraid to utilize push-ups in your workout. If you're new, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, let me know if I missed any, and I will see you guys on the next